Hey everyone, and welcome back to episode 3 of the I Love series. It's talking about all things that I love, products, items that I have purchased maybe one time and I fell in love. Maybe I've been using them and I want to share them because sharing, everybody should know. And if I love them, you try them, you just might love them as well. So this is episode 3, and one that is really important to me, and just even having the conversation that I didn't grow up having, and that's around our menstrual cycle. And for me, growing up in a household, it was just that you got your period, here's some pads, that's it. Wasn't even tampons. Like, I didn't grow up knowing about tampons. It was pads. And unfortunately, I was one of the many women, many girls who suffered from extreme like period cramps, heavy cycles. And my mom took me to the doctor and they put me on birth control because that's what you do, right? You put a young girl on birth control, and it did help. Like, whatever's in the pills, it did help. So my period became more regular. I don't even know if my flow calmed down. The cramps weren't as bad, but I always knew that something wasn't right about that. Like, you could just give me a pill and that be it. Like, what is really wrong? And so I still don't have all of the answers. I went through, growing up, I had stopped taking birth control for, many reasons, and just kind of tried to start monitoring my cycle. And I know that your diet affects it. Your water intake affects it. So there are a lot of different factors that can help in aiding the during that time of the month. It's not as bad, right? So leading up to it, and I drink a lot of water, so I know that helps. But even dairy consumption, and I love coffee with creamer, but I know that if I drink coffee while on my cycle, or like the first few days, and I put creamer in it, I'm going to be cramping. So I'm aware of these things. And I once again, because Instagram is our best friend, I get on Instagram and I hear about the HoneyPot. This week I am talking about the HoneyPot. I have deemed myself a HoneyPot babe. I absolutely love the HoneyPot. So I hear about the HoneyPot, and I'm gonna be perfectly honest with you. I've always used Always, and when I did start using tampons, I would use Tampax Pearl, right? And my first thought was, if I'm using a organic pad, it's going to cost so much more. And who got time for that? And then I go and look, and I see that I only get 16 pads for the same amount as like a 24, 32 pack of Always. I'm gonna go with Always. That was my mind frame at first. So then I was at one of the events, had got a package, and HoneyPot had like a little travel sample pack. So I tried it, and immediately what caught me, and what you may have heard, is the sensation. The cooling sensation that it gives you. It is the most it's so weird but so good. It's like, ooh, what's this sensation, right, when you put the pads on. So I'm like, what in the world? So I had decided, it's been about 4 months, I decided that in my household we are going to use HoneyPot, or we're going to use natural organic pads. And then when I changed my mind frame and I was like, this is what we're going to do for health reasons, I really want to see if there is a benefit to using organic pads as opposed to these bigger brands who I'm well aware that they're contaminated with all kind of shit, right? So I get HoneyPot, and I get it and not believing the hype of like, you know, ooh, the cooling sensation does X, Y, and Z. The uh, that organic pads, they shorten your period, they help with your cramps. Like, I'm going in with a clean slate. And let me tell y'all, so the first month, the cooling sensation is amazing. I'm talking about this cooling sensation. Let me tell you why. So the pads are infused with mint, lavender, and aloe. Mint is cooling, lavender is calming, and aloe is soothing. And there's no chlorine, no pesticides, no fragrances. So even though it's infused with these herbs, it's not like a potent like smell. Whereas with the bigger brand pads, y'all know I never was like baby powder pads, but they give off this scent where it's like, I don't think that this is right for my vagina. That's just me. So this is the packaging. It's super, super cute. It's plant-based feminine care. And so this is super. Super is like, I think for me, like super is standard, right? So they have the regular ones. They have super overnight. So I keep the super and the regular stocked in our house. The overnight is a lot longer. So if you need a longer pad, super's your girl. I love that it says made by humans with vaginas, for humans with vaginas. I absolutely love that. So a bit about the company. She said, I was suffering with bacterial vaginosis for 8 months when an ancestor came to me in a dream and gifted me with the vision to heal myself. With her help, I created the HoneyPot to solve for what other brands wouldn't through the power of herbs. It's so good. They're comfortable. They don't move around. I got thighs. The way that I sit, like these are perfect. And let me tell y'all, so the HoneyPot, you can order them online, and they're in Target. Well, at one point, like my Target was sold out of them. So I just picked up another one. I tried maybe like 2 other types of organic pads, and they do not have, it's the herb infused part of it is like the icing on the cake. It's like the comfort of pads. It's the like being able to move and still not feel like they're there. And also what I noticed with organic pads was that it felt like they weren't absorbing, right? And I didn't like that. And but with this, I feel like they absorb, but they're just good. So we've been using these for 4 months, and I mentioned in the beginning, I suffered with a very heavy, uncomfortable cycle every single month. I will tell you that since I have been using HoneyPot consistently, that my cycle is a lot lighter. So it's like 3 days of, I won't even say heavy. I'm not uncomfortable. I don't have unbearable cramps. Now, like I said, diet does play a lot in it. So I know if my eating has been off, I might be cramping a lot worse. But the mint and the lavender, like it does calm it. Like it really is very soothing. And who would have thought you would get that from a pad for your cycle? I would say try them out and give it like maybe like 2 months and see if you see a difference within your cycle. I love HoneyPot. It is also founded and owned by a Black woman, and it really does just make a difference. So I wanted to share the HoneyPot with you all, and just try it out. And there's also wipes available, other feminine care. Like I said, you can order online. I specifically use the pads. They're amazing, work wonders. Try it out. Let me know how you like it. If you have any thoughts or opinions about organic feminine care, I'm here for it. I'm open to trying most things, but I'm really a fan of HoneyPot. But yeah, so let me know what you think, and check out HoneyPot and be a HoneyPot babe with me, because why not? We owe it to our vaginas, right? All right, see y'all later. Thank you for watching.